Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me make sure everything, yep, the recording's going. All right, terrific. So my name is Ryan Gaylor, and I'm one of the distance learning librarians at the University of St. Augustine. And what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight is the library's ebook collection. So look at our agenda. This shouldn't be a too terribly long presentation, or at least I don't think it should be very long. It's just going to be covering our platforms and just some of the ins and outs about using the library's ebooks. So before anything, announcements. So as we all know, we are definitely working through a very challenging time. As you know, our university is well equipped to continue operating successfully because of our proven online capabilities and our commitment to your education. And so our library, of course, is no different. So basically, what I'm just going to focus on tonight is this presentation is just going to be about locating ebooks to the library, because ebooks, in light of our campus closures, have become a very, very popular topic here in the library. So definitely felt that the presentation was definitely pertinent to the time. You'll find throughout this presentation that the library has a lot of ebooks, many of which you can use for your coursework, and just because of the recent events and how so many university libraries are now completely virtual libraries, just like ours. Many ebook publishers have decided to provide students and instructors with full access to a lot of their collections. So as far as announcements go, in light of everything going on, we still obviously produce and host online trainings just like this one. If you want to check out some of the trainings coming up in the next few weeks, go to the library's website, click on upcoming events, and there'll be a list there. Now, of course, I believe my session tonight and a session that is done by a colleague of mine, which I think is going to be done next week, are most likely the last of the term. But of course, as soon as the May term starts up again, we'll be having a lot of trainings just like this all over again for the term. So definitely look for those. And even though that our campus libraries are that they're currently closed, all of the library's resources still functional, and the library staff is available to help you. So I definitely just wanted to let you guys know about that first before we move on. So our agenda for tonight is talking just an overview of the library's ebook collection. We're going to search for ebooks using Search USA, as well as the library's catalog, and basically like how things sort of work when it comes to the digital book collection. It's a little different, and then I'm going to point out the temporary resources during campus closures page, which is a page that we have created that I'll talk about, that actually will provide you with a lot of temporary access to a lot of very popular ebooks in the library's collection. So let me go through the first little bit. I kind of skipped ahead a little bit about how things work when it comes to the ebook collection. So generally speaking, ebooks differ differ from, or excuse me, the libraries ebooks differ from your average traditional Kindle um, uh, uh, downloadable ebook. Um, so just because you're not exactly downloading one of our ebooks to your personal device, rather you would need to view them through the library, um, like you would do if you're viewing an article in a web browser or something like that. So um, so again, well, I kind of have to dance around that a little bit because you can't exactly download the entire copy, but you can download pages, and pretty much you can save portions of an ebook, chapters, things like that, um, 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 on your personal device, but not the entire information, uh, the information package. So, and unfortunately, that's not really something we can really do much about. That's really more of a publisher restriction, as well as a copyright issue as well. But but with our ebooks, you definitely have to be logged in to your USA library account for the most part, just to view pages, images, things like that. I can show you how that looks soon. Um, Licenses. So many publishers, and this is mostly in the academic ebook world, I guess, that they'll set limits on how many licenses are available for each ebook. And this pretty much depends on pricing and how many licenses the publisher provides. And so some allow you unlimited access, but um, but many, in fact, only allow 1 to 3 users at a time. So to break that down, that means that only a certain amount of users can uh, view the ebook at one time. So that's kind of a mindset that you sort of have to have um, with a lot of the ebooks that are in our collection. Is that these a lot of all of our ebooks work a little bit, sort of similar to the campus-based reserved textbooks, where in essence they are a shared resource. So, but now with the recent events that are going on right now with COVID and whatnot, a lot of publishers have opened up um, viewing licenses so that many students can use a particular title all at once. Um, but unfortunately, a lot of these publishers that they're allowing this open usage for, from what I can tell, about another month or so. But that's right now. That could change, of course, but that is how it's sort of gauged right now. But those books I'm talking about that have been approved by the publisher for unlimited use, I will show you where those books are located, just in case. So our first ebook platform is called the EBSCO ebook collection. It's a multidisciplinary collection of ebooks. Of course, that's being sciences, literature, reference books, business. It's a very easy platform to use. Again, you can print, save, email pages to yourself, or to someone else if you need to do that. And you can definitely connect your My EBSCO host account with the ebook collection, just so you can save certain titles. So that's going to be one of the platforms that we'll take a look at tonight. The other platform is the R2 Digital Library. It features a very robust collection of health science focused ebooks, and it's fairly user friendly. I don't think it's as great as EBSCO's search options or anything like that, but it's just a personal preference. Just like in any of the other ebook platforms, you can bookmark, you can print, you can save searches, save images as well. And the other great thing is that you don't really need any sort of independent account or anything like that, because when you log in to the library, it'll automatically log you into R2 Digital Library. And so our ProQuest ebook, eBook Central is another ebook provider that we have. I actually like it. We have a lot of ProQuest books. Actually, the only drawback is that a lot of those books are not searchable using Search USA. Search USA, of course, being the library's lone resource or resources search engine. So Search USA searches everything in the library's collection, but unfortunately, it does not pull up ProQuest Central content. Hopefully one day, but at least at the moment it does not. But I will tell you that our ProQuest ebook collection is extremely plentiful. It's again, it's I got a lot of health science focused ebooks. It's fairly user friendly, great images, bookmark capabilities, print, save searches, save images, things like that. And then these are, I kind of made like a collage of some of our other platforms that are used as well. The first one over here on the far left is the LWW Health Library. It's got our subscription to this is mostly for the physical therapy and the occupational therapy collections. There's also some speech and language, pathology titles that are located in there as well. We have in the middle here is the Credo reference collection, which is basically, general reference books, quotations. Oops, I'm sorry, I moved that a little too fast. Then also we have, those are just your basic reference titles. Here, I'm sorry, give me one moment. I got to pause my mic for a second. I'm sorry. I had to go out there for a few minutes. My apologies. Our one of our other ebook platforms is the. I'm sorry. Give me one moment. Sorry about that. So our last collection, we'll go ahead and move through. We'll go to our temporary resources during campus closure page. These are those silver publishers that I was talking about. So a lot of those are now providing us with a temporary full access to a lot of their ebook content and things like that. Some of those major publishers include Access Physiology, Access Medicine, F.A. Davis Physical Therapy Collection. Of course, many of the F.A. Davis books are, a lot of those are actually, I'm sorry, a lot of the F.A. Davis books that we have already cataloged and are available. But the benefit, again, is that a lot of these titles that are featured on this page, they currently do not have a user limit. So of course that means that many students can actually utilize the title all at once without any problems. So that's really fantastic. But unfortunately, a lot of these temporary unlimited access resources right now, a lot of them are scheduled to lapse in, I think, at the end of May. So just to kind of give you a heads up about that. But let's go and take a look at the library's webpage. I'm going to switch gears really quick. If you have any questions, you can ask them to me now. I'm just going to switch to share my other screen so we can look at the library's homepage. If you could, in the chat, could you let me know if you can see the page, or if you want to speak up and say, can you see the library's homepage that I'm on right now? Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. So searching for ebooks. Let's see. First thing, there's a few different ways to do it. Of course, you can search using Search USA if that's what you decide to do. I'm just going to search for a couple of different titles that I have written down as examples. But let's do measurement of joint motion. Let's do that. Of course, you can search for an ebook using Search USA, just like I've done there. And this is what it's going to look like. As you can see, it'll actually tell you that's an ebook and it's available there. You can also, if you're looking, if you're looking for maybe an ebook about physical therapy or something like that, you could type in that. Let me do that first. If you're looking for just ebooks on physical therapy, for instance, you can type those search terms into Search USA, and it'll bring up, of course, lots of different bits of content. But if you go over to source types over here and click show more, it gives you the option to sort by ebooks. So you can scroll down, and right there it says you can sort by ebooks. So through Search USA, at least, that are cataloged currently, which of course Search USA is going to search EBSCO ebook collection and R2 collection, and I believe it'll search Lippincott as well. I have to actually check on that to make sure, but anyway, the point of it is that it definitely searches from a lot of different locations. But of course, the only problem is that you're not going to get some of that ProQuest ebook content, but you do get a lot of content just for what's here. So I'm going to click update after I selected ebooks, and all it's going to show me is the ebook collection of items that are either they're from some of our other platforms that are filtered through. So these are going to be our ebooks. Let me see. Let's just click on one of them to kind of show you how you can access them through Search USA. So I think this book, kind of browsing, looking at it really quickly. This ebook is not like an EBSCO platform ebook, which the EBSCO ebooks are typically, you can tell the difference between an ebook that's on another platform versus the EBSCO one. The EBSCO ones will have, it'll have a PDF icon that'll be right below it. Of course, when I try to show you what one looks like, they kind of, oh, there's one right there. This is usually kind of, this is one of the indicators that you have an EBSCO ebook, and it actually tells us right here too, from that database. But usually it'll have like a PDF icon, and it'll give you a little bit more of a deeper insight into what the ebook actually is. But some of these other ones that just have you linked to full text, this can be a little confusing at first, is that you can either click here to go to, I think it's gonna take us to the library catalog most likely, or you can also click here, down right here into online access. Either one of these places is gonna point you toward where you need to go. So I clicked on just to go to full text. And this is an LWW health library book. So I basically just clicked on the title there, and it's going to take me to the book right here. And this is where we are, where you can take a look at the different chapters. Now, the formats of how some of these ebooks appear can be a little. Can be like kind of jarring, I guess, at a little bit, because I know for myself, you're expecting, your traditional ebook, like, something that is on your tablet or something that's on your smartphone or something like that you page through and things like that. Now, EBSCO's platform kind of abides by that a little bit more, where the book actually looks like it actually kind of a lot of the books really kind of resemble the physical item just as much as anything. But some of them, and this is one of them that's included. R2 is the other one. They'll kind of trip you up, because you'll kind of be expecting something to look more like a book, but in actuality, some of these and this isn't the library. This is just the a publisher's preference really is to make the content that is in the ebook really appear more like a website than it is an actual book. So you see, like, this is the book. This is chapter 2 right here, and that it's great. You can toggle through it and go through it really quickly. But yeah, it's going to be a little different, because it kind of looks, more of more of a website than an actual, physical type of copy. Let me give you a couple more examples of those. So we'll go back to the results list. I'll show you, I think we'll have, there's going to be one of these is probably going to take us to R2. It just takes me a minute to find it. This one might take us to an R2 title. Oh, no, this is going to take us to something else. I'll get one of the R2 books in a second. It kind of appears sort of the same way. I know the joint motion one is one of those. Let's look at one of our EBSCO books. You can just click on full text PDF if you want to do that. But you'll see when it loads, maybe this is a good example, bad example. Actually, no, this one looks pretty good. It really looks like someone just sat down and they scanned the book. It looks more, it has that format to where it really looks like a physical item. And I actually like to use EBSCO books when I can. You can search through the book. It has a little search feature up here at the top. All the ebook platforms, they have a little search feature. They also have a have a notes area as well. And this is where I was talking about saving particular pages or emailing pages or printing off a few pages if you want to. That's also there. If you want to permalink or something like that, this would be the link that you would use if you wanted to, say, put it in a citation or something. But it'll tell you exactly how many pages, according to copyright, that you're allowed to print off. Say if you were going to print off a few pages, it only allots you just for this title, it allows you 60 pages. But if it depends on the title. Some of the titles may only allow you to print 25 pages or 20 pages. Some are even less than that. But you'll see that it'll give you those parameters, which is great. So let's go back to the results list. I'm going to do a quick filter so we look at some of the R2 books. And actually, if you go under content provider, it shows you where these books are being pulled from. Let's go to R2 Digital Library. And yeah, so this is going to be sort of this sample R2 book. Oops. I'm trying to make it quicker by just go ahead and letting us and telling us which ones are available in the library collection instead of having to look through those. So, okay, this is not what I was looking. Oh, there it is. View record in R2 Digital Library. And so this is what an R2 book looks like. And again, it's going to look more like a web page, and to just to navigate through sections and chapters. This is how you would do it. Click on this little plus sign to where this this additional menu goes down, and then it subsequently opens up some of the subtopics that are in this particular chapter, for example. Web resources. It also has great pictures. They do pretty good pictures in this one as well. Of course. So there's your R2. Oh, and you can search in this title, just like before. Some of the topics that are covered, you can hop around throughout the textbook. And of course, this is again similar to EBSCO, where it shows you perhaps how many pages you're allowed to print off, saving pages, doing like a course link or something like that. That's also available. And let's go back out to the platforms. Of course, you can we could continue searching throughout that the whole time, but let's go to the actual ebook page that we have. You can go to eBooks here under resources, and under resources, this actually takes us to the different platforms. So here's for EBSCO. Oh, and these are also some of our, these are some of the more popular titles right here. Of course, these are mostly class textbooks, of course. So, of course, that's one of the reasons why they're very popular. So yeah, so here we go. We're in the EBSCO ebook platform, just as you've seen before, but this is how to access it. This is how to go. So we'll go to ProQuest, like I said, because there's lots of titles in ProQuest that aren't searchable through Search USA, unfortunately. So if you're looking for a particular ebook and you feel like that you can't find anything in Search USA, take it over to ProQuest and search over there as well. As you can see, I just typed in for physical therapy, and there's quite a bit of books about physical therapy that you have access to. Actually, we can filter that, like the book status, which is owned and subscribed to by the library. And yeah, we have a lot. We have a lot that are dedicated to physical therapy, physiotherapy, and so on. I like this platform a lot too, because I wouldn't say it's, I think it sometimes depends on the title, how the book really appears. I think a lot of the titles look a lot more like your normal, uh, your average physical title or something like that. So this one's also this. I'd say ProQuest is a little bit similar. The functions, the database functions, and the in-item search tools, and the other tools that are available, they're pretty similar to EBSCO. Let's go back out, kind of get the idea of how that works. So we can go back home. Of course, there's advanced search. You can browse by subjects and topics, and you can do that through all of these titles as well. They a lot of them have a lot of the same capabilities. So you can click. This kind of sometimes throws people off a little bit, but because you're already logged in when you're logged into the library, like once you're logged into the library. So if you want to access some of the books that are in this collection, you're just going to click on the subject. So if you're looking for occupational therapy books, just click on the link for that, and it'll take you to those resources. You can go to textbooks, and this also there's video content. Some of the titles have, like self-assessment quizzes, or they have case studies, things like that. But most of the time, you're just going to go click on texts, so you can view the eBooks that are a part of that particular topic, or that topic. And these also kind of are the same, where they appear more like a web page, really. But again, it has all of the same tools and features and things like that. Images look great. So I'll go back out to, let's go to our temporary collection. I was talking about that last slide that you saw before we went to kind of search for some of our ebooks. So this is the temporary resources during campus closures collection. A lot of these books we already have, okay? But the only difference again is that at least until the end of May, a lot of these textbooks have unlimited user that have that allow users to view the title multiple times all at once. So these are some of those books. These are really the most popular ones that are allowed currently through the publishers. And you'll see if you click on full collections down here, you can go to these separate collections off the library website. But as you see, we've marked it in here to where a lot of these extended collections, I kind of like to call it, just because we have a lot of these books already. It's just that it's the user licenses have been relaxed somewhat. So, but these special licenses are available at least throughout May. Looks like the info-based ebooks are probably the one that's coming up closest, and that's going to be coming up soon. But a lot of these will be available at the start of summer term. Let's keep our fingers crossed that the publishers continue to allow unlimited user license for these collections. Now, one of the questions that I always get is that they'll ask, they'll say, since you have a lot of our required textbooks currently as ebooks, then then should you buy that required textbook? I always say that it's that if the textbook is a required book, then it's really a good decision to actually purchase that book. However, you know, you can use our eBooks, but just keep in mind that they are a shared resource, and that they shouldn't replace your purchasing the book. I always like to mention that because some people, I was a student once too, you know, they will try to depend on the library's collection, but then somebody is using it, and that's just kind of the way it goes, because our, you know, library collection, of course, is a communal collection. So it's 8:36, and I pretty much completed the presentation. I'm going to go back to my presentation so we can sort of wrap everything up. Let me pause really quick. And I see I might have a question in the chat. Let's see. Vanessa, do you have, okay, Vanessa asks, do you have to be on the campus internet server to access the eBooks? No. You can access your eBooks from anywhere, just as long as you have a steady internet connection, as well as you're logged into the library's resources. So the second part of that, you've tried to access, you've tried getting access to books, but it does not let me view anything. I do have Blackboard access until 5:10. I have a single sign-on error. If I try to continue, it takes me to the sign-in page. Vanessa, when it takes you to the sign-in page, you'll be prompted to log in using your USA email address and password. Now, if you've already logged into Blackboard, of course, you actually should be logged into the library, just because of the single sign-on. So have you been able to go to the library's website, you know, try to access an ebook yet? Since you asked that question, because it's not timestamped, so I don't know when you asked it. I could have been talking during that entire time. I apologize.
Is it okay if I mute?
I'm sorry, could you say it one more time? I kind of cut out.
Instead of typing it all out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
So I go to sign in to the just usa.edu and log in there. And then that's where I'll click on the library link.
Yeah.
And I'll try to search a book. But it just takes me to a page where it says there's a single sign-on error. It looks like I'm already trying to access something else. And so therefore, if I want to keep trying, I can keep trying, but I can read it. There's already a log on process taking place in the same browser in a different window or tab, but I don't have anything else open.
Except for the page that you're currently looking at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and close out that page. So so since this is probably a little bit beyond an ebook question, really, let me go ahead and finish the presentation quickly, and then I can stop the recording, and I can give you privileges to share your screen, just so I can take a look at it from there. So
okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So of course, if you need anything, you can always contact me. Again, my name is Ryan Gaylor. distance learning librarian for the University of St. Augustine. There's my contact information. That's really the best way to get in contact with me is through my email, rgaylor@usc.edu. For any general library questions or anything like that, feel free to contact us in the chat that we supervise, or you can email us at library@usa.edu. So I'm going to go ahead and end the recording really quick, and we will see if we can fix this problem for you. Okay, I'm going to